Hey everybody, today we are going to find out if these $50 wireless earbuds can compete with Apple's $250 Airpods Pro. Yeah, you're probably thinking, yeah, that's not a very fair comparison, but you know what? Wait and see. These are the Bomaker Sifi IIs. So what are they? Well, they are a Bluetooth 5.0 wireless earbud. Now I also own the original Apple AirPods right here, and I purchased the Airpods Pro. I did a review on these as well, and they do have a lot of pros, but there are some downfalls to them. Number one is these, for a while, they fit really well. So they fit in nice, and they have active noise cancellation, which is a big plus if you are flying on an airplane. But over time, for some reason, probably the shape of my ear, but I did a search online and I'm not the only one that has this problem. One of them keeps on falling out, which is my right ear. And so it takes nothing for this to come out. I've changed all of the actual rubber tips on them, and still, it's, especially when you're talking, it just starts working itself out. So have a look. These are the Bomaker Sifi II wireless earbuds. Here are a couple facts on them. First of all, they use Bluetooth 5.0, and the range, well, it's about 30 feet or 10 meters. Decent range. I was able to walk around all over my house and even outside, and I had zero problem with them connecting up. This is the case for them. It's a small little kind of a pill looking case. It's very small in height. It fits in your pocket very nicely. One thing I was possibly concerned of was the finish. I thought that it would actually scratch up, but I've thrown them in my pocket. I've had these for about 3 weeks, thrown them in my pocket with keys and things, and there is not a single scratch on them. So you open it up here, wrong side. There they are. There's a secret to getting them out though, if you have bigger fingers, is the easiest way is you just take your finger and you roll them out and toward the back, and just like that, and do the same the other way. You can see there is a charging indicator on the case itself, and one thing about these, which is nice, it uses a USB-C connection. So that cable does come with it. So what does come with it? Well, you get the earbuds, you get the case, you get a charging cable, the USB-C, and you get 12 or 6 pairs of tips for them too. So you have larger in width and actually longer in length. So you get 6 pairs of those. So these should fit in anyone's ears. What I like about them is they fit really nice. They fit right into the ear and they stay there. They're very, very lightweight. And if you really push them in a little bit harder, it really cancels the noise out. It's not active cancellation like the Apple AirPods, but it does work very well passively. Now, the one thing that the Apple AirPods are better at, they have that transparency mode. So on these ones, once you get them right in, you really eliminate almost everything around you, and that can be a little bit concerning if you want to be aware of your surroundings. Sound-wise, make sure you have them really pushed in and give them even a little twist, and that will isolate things and it'll make it sound a lot better. So you do get a good bass and crisp treble with them. They use 6mm graphene drivers. So what is that? Well, it's a material made from graphite. It's thinner than anything. It's wafer thin, yet it's stronger than metal. How long do they last? 7 hours per charge. And if you have the case with you, which you will always, you'll get 30 hours of runtime with the case. So when they get low, just put them back in. If you want to do a quick charge, if you throw them on for 10 minutes, you'll get an hour of use. So that's really, really good. Now here's something really interesting. These can be paired either in mono or stereo. So what does that mean? Well, out of the box, they work as regular wireless earbuds, listen to your music, but you can pair them to be able to use each one individually. And I tried that. I don't know when you would use it though. So for instance, I can pair this one with my phone, and I could pair this one with my laptop, and both be running separate sources. I don't know, I don't know if I'm that good at multitasking, but I guess you could be on a Zoom call on this one and listening to music on this one, or you could have two individual people using each earbuds. But I'm not sure when I would use it. I would just keep it into the regular stereo mode. Now, one big win from the Sci-Fi over the Airpods Pro, these ones have volume control. In fact, they have touch control. So you got left and right, and for instance, if you're playing music, if you want to pause, well, it's just a touch on the side. If you want to raise the volume, you cannot do that with the Apple AirPods or the AirPods Pro. I wish they would had a volume control, but here on the right side, you just touch and hold, and it'll increase the volume. And if you want to decrease, same thing on the left side. You want to skip to the next song, it's a double click. Go back, double click. That easy. And if you want to use Siri or Google Assistant, it's a triple click. 1, 2, 3. There you go. You can also answer calls and hang up by just tapping, or you can even decline a call. So that is all good. And the nice thing being that it's touch based, it's not a button. You don't have to really push hard to push that bud deeper into your ear. It's just a touch. But there is a caveat that's very sensitive. So sometimes when I'm using it, if I want to, let's say, change the volume, if I'm touching it here, if it senses that you kind of like touched a little bit too quick, it might, just like that, it actually hit play. So it started playing instead of doing the volume. But what I would do is you can actually hold it around the side, and you'd have a little bit more control, and then you can just tap, and the music's on. That is a game changer. Apple really needs to get their button gear and get some of that control. These are $50 earbuds, $250, big difference. And in Canada, these are $329. And they don't fall out. I've worked out with them, I've went bike riding with them, I've done garden work with them. And here's another killer. These are IPX7 rated for water resistancy, meaning you can throw these in water, not the case, but the buds. You could throw these in the water or drop them in water for 30 minutes at 3 feet or 1 meter. And I just happened to even leave them in when I went and had a shower. No issue, zero issue. I wouldn't recommend that you do that. First of all, you don't want water trapped in your ear between your earbud and your ear. But just think of this. Maybe you're using this at the beach or at the pool. You could definitely swim with these if you're not putting your head underwater. And if they get splashed on, zero issue. Or maybe you forget that you even have them in and you jump in. No problem. So are there any drawbacks? Well, on the case I mentioned, I thought these were going to scratch up. They do not. And the lid feels a little bit thin on this. It doesn't have that same feeling as the AirPods do at all. But hey, they've held up. I have not babied these whatsoever, and so that's a good thing. They do not have wireless charging like the AirPods Pro, but I don't use wireless charging anyways. First of all, it's easy just to plug it in, and I always have a case on this, so it doesn't work anyways. So that's a non-issue, but if you are looking for wireless charging, these do not have that, but they do have USB-C. Next thing, these default to pair with the last device that you used, which is a good thing. However, if you have your devices close by, for instance, these right now are paired to my phone. And now if I want to pair them to my computer or my tablet, I have to physically go into my computer and disconnect that device, or else I can't connect it with my phone, or vice versa. And that's kind of a pain because you just want to go and put them in and hey, go connect. You can't, you have to disconnect first. So not an issue if you're using it strictly just for one device, but just be aware of that. And lastly, the manual. I think it's a little bit vague. They can definitely improve on that. For instance, I was playing around. I mentioned that you could pair these to two separate devices. I did that, but I couldn't figure out how to get them back. And I tried everything, and I read the manual. Once again, the manual just says, put them in the case and tap 3 times. Well, that is not the case. I went to the Amazon site, and just down below, they have different instructions, which are a lot more elaborate than the ones in the manual. And even those were a little bit hard to understand, but I did contact the company, and they sent me a video, which I'll play here. So in case that you need to reset your Sifi 2s, let's say you paired them separately and you want to get them back to normal and you can't reset it, here's a little video that shows how to do it. And once you see it, you're like, okay, that makes sense, and it's a lot easier to do. So I went through a lot of trial and error, and I'm saving you time right now. Check out this video here. To reset, triple tap each earbud while in the case. The lights will go off. Now remove both earbuds. As you can see, they will blink. Now wait until they alternate amber and white for both earbuds. At this point, double tap each earbud. At this point, you're going to wait until the right earbud alternates in white and amber, and the left earbud's light goes off. Now you're ready to repair. So are these $50 Sifi 2s better than the $250 Airpods Pro? For me, I say yes. Sure, the Airpods Pro do have a couple pros. They have the transparency mode and the active noise cancellation. If you need that, especially for flying, you can't beat those. But for everything else, these, they fit better, they're lighter, they have the touch control, they have volume control, they're waterproof. There are so many pluses, and they are under $50. So I'll leave a link down below if you're interested in buying these. And honestly, I would recommend it, especially if you don't have these already. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you liked the review, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and check out the other videos that we have on the channel. It's not just tech, it's cars, it's cooking, you name it. We do it all here. Thanks for watching.